Hello, sexy souls, and welcome back to the channel. I just realized I don't have any music playing. I am not using the ring light, but I have enough light coming in, so I hope that's okay. But the one thing I did do, I have a microphone. I broke this microphone, the little thing that attaches it, so it's got like, I don't know what you call these things, those things women wear in their hair, the clips. So there's a clip here attached to my necklace. um, and I hope you can hear me okay. Because a lot of people are giving out about my microphone. I have a microphone for like Zoom and like private readings, but I don't have it for YouTube. So I need to work on that. It's just the attachment for my phone. It's kind of annoying. I can't find one, so I have one here. But anyway, I fixed the microphone issue, and there's no music today, so you should be able to hear me perfectly clear. And yeah, before we get into the collective energy for this week and the energy that I've been kind of feeling, it's not just this week, but it's the energy that we're working with as well for the next maybe month. Yeah, before I begin, I have one question readings up on my website. If you want, you can go and book with me. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Some people are emailing me about why I'm not doing Zoom calls. You can email me as well and ask to be added to the list, because then I'll just send out an email when everyone that wants to be added or to be informed when I'm doing Zoom readings, which will be in the next couple of weeks. I would say I'll put out, I'll free up some space. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. So what I'm starting to feel collectively is that we are realizing the things that have kept us stuck and stagnant. Because of where the collective energy is at the minute, a lot of the manipulation that has been going on in the collective minds of the people, it's starting to be very clear that, we're not having it anymore. And that could reflect zoom into your personal life, and it could be your community, it could be your country, whatever it is, but it's starting to seem to me that people have just had enough, and they're angry and they're upset, and they don't want this to go back anyway, or to basically promise us a new beginning or a fresh start, and they just don't trust the people in charge, basically. And now I feel like a lot of people collectively are just feeling like they need to take it upon themselves to take back their power and hold up their flag and say, listen, this is war, and this is what I feel. Now, this might feel like new energy, but it's just a reflection of what we've went through, I'm hearing, last year. It's a similar energy, it's just being expressed differently. And that just has to do with many different things, but that's just what I am thinking that is happening at the minute and what I'm feeling. Or the structure that we were building on with, the road maps and all these like bullshit agendas, we're starting to realize like what was the point in all of that? Like what was that about? Like, why are we going against everything that we did for a year, and now we're doing it this way? Like, nothing makes sense, because it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to confuse you. But if you are the person who's questioning everything and being like, what the hell, then that's okay, that's good. That means you're quite aware of collectively what's happening. But you don't need to get angry about this. There will be many people getting angry. You can just hold space for those people and just go about your own business. I do feel like Mercury is retrograde at the minute, and because it's I think it's going retrograde. It's in Orion, I think, at the minute, and it's going retrograde into Taurus, and we have the North Node in Taurus. So there's a lot of things happening with that. Let's just say, a lot of good things are coming as well with that. I do think that a lot of good things are coming and are on the way, but just this first week into this kind of tense energy, I feel like relationships, if you had any jealousy in your relationships, that might start to come back up as well, or you may become jealous of certain things, but collectively it's not just about jealousy, it's about people just not being happy of how the situation is and the relationship that we have with our government. It shouldn't be like this, and people are not happy, and they're trying to go within, because the communication with the Mercury retrograde, what it feels like to me is you're trying to understand why your government and why these people that are meant to be looking out for you are not holding that energy. They're not making you feel good. And that could be personal as well. Why are the people around you, some people, why are they not making you feel good? You're starting to think differently. Because with Mercury retrograde, what I feel like, it slows everything down. It frustrates you, but it gets you to question things. It gets you to think, look, why have I been thinking like this for so long? Why have I been following? Why have I been believing that? Why have I been doing that? It's kind of a mind fuck, but it's a mind fuck that's meant to fucking happen. Because we're at this point now where we need to expand and grow upon what's ahead of us, which is more growth, more shit. And it's just the way it is. So, yes. One thing I do want to say is manipulation is not going to work. Okay, collectively at the minute, it's like manipulation or the fear-based tactics are kind of not working, because Mercury is retrograde. I don't know if that's see, I'm not an astrologer. I just go with what my intuition and what my higher self is telling me. It's just like something like that. Like anyone who's been manipulative is not going to be able to manipulate anymore. So governments as well, this is kind of collective, so not just your personal life, remember, collectively. And I think that there's this kind of unity at the minute where people are starting to realize and awaken to what the age of Aquarius really is. And not only that, but like as we're moving into that age, and moving into that truth, because it is going to be all about truth, and it is going to be all about unity and, community, okay? Common, unity, community. Okay, I always say that because I love that little link, because that is what the new age is all about. It's about stepping up to become part of the collective. This is what it's all about. So it's, if we're gonna get there, we all have to get there together. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, we all have to wait for everyone. So it's hard and it's difficult, and it's the most difficult thing for our patients, for people who are already quite in tune with things. But that just gives you more time to just chill out and tune into nature. So don't stress about people who aren't awake. Don't stress about where the collective is at the minute. Don't stress about these things, because at the minute, I said this to people already, there's not a lot of earth energy in the skies, in the celestial, there's not a lot of earth there. So get out and ground yourself, because there's a lot of stuff happening with the air, the mind, the Aquarius. People are talking about like technology and communication, and it's all talk about that, okay? And these cyber attacks. Looking at the sky and looking at the Skystrology, which if you're interested in wondering what Skystrology is, I have links down below to the lady who is the founder of Skystrology, and I advise everyone to go check her out because she is amazing. Love her. Just my intuitive feeling is, again, Mars is in Gemini, and it's just like this war on technology and crypto and blah 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 blah, all this. But no, there's no earth kind of grounding energy, and there's a little bit there, but for me, what it feels like is there's a lot of action and reaction, and not enough sitting with the earth. So the recommended advice for me is to get out into nature as much as you can, to ground and do a bit of earthing, putting those feet on the ground. And going to the same place every day is a good thing, because you get to feel into that energy, and it gets familiar with you, is what I've heard from the trees. Is like it becomes a place where you feel more grounded with that energy. Anything else? I also am picking up, you're going to have a little bit of, collectively I'm seeing a lot of unexpected news about the establishment. Is that the word? The leaders. The leaders that don't know how to fucking lead. We're trying to lead us into darkness, this silly motherfuckers. Yeah, you're going to get more of that coming out. So more unexpected news that us already kind of knew, and it's just like, it's project wake the fuck up, okay? So it's just more of that. More people will be hearing about certain people who went bye-bye, and it's just a lot of that coming out. Yeah. And anything else? I do feel like the Great Awakening is kind of at a point where we're getting a little bit of a break with it. I don't know how to explain this, but there's a certain level that it has entered. I'm just going to say what my higher self is telling me to say. There's a certain level that where it has entered, it's been able to kind of slow down and work with the energy here right now. So that could be to do with kind of like last year when all of this was happening. We were like, oh right, we're just gonna have to persevere and get through this, and everyone kind of stayed a little stagnant, and then we got to like September, October, November, and people are like, this is not okay, this is fucking bullshit. Yeah, well, we're at that kind of period now where we're kind of like the awakening period of this, what the year was meant to be, which is about change, but the change is going to kind of simmer, and then it'll lead back up to like a boom. Okay, that's what I feel. So that's just more of a long term thing. This is not this week. It's more of a like months. So enjoy. Nothing scary is gonna happen. Like if you are in your own power, nothing's gonna throw you off. Okay, so don't worry about anything that's coming. But I just feel like this kind of a boom moment isn't really. It's going to be more of good news. Okay, because awakening, to me, honestly, awakening is kind of the bad news. Because if you aren't shocked, or you know when you are having a bad dream, you wake up and you're like, oh fuck, thank God that's over. So awakening is not always the good thing that people think. Like everyone's like, oh, I want to be awakened. Enjoy the good things. So the good things that are happening in your life, enjoy them, live in the moment with them, and just be more connected to thyself is what I feel. Okay, because that's what I feel like the start of this week is all about. It's really about being able to sit with yourself and connect into yourself, and knowing that whatever is coming, you're ready for it. Okay? Because you are looking after your own energy. So that's just the one thing I want to keep pointing out, is I keep feeling that nature needs to be a daily thing. And I have kind of I went out the past couple of days and I realized that I was doing that months ago, and I fell off the bandwagon for so long, and now I'm back on it again. I'm like, I have to keep this up again, especially during this time, because it's a lot going on, and there's a lot happening in the mind. There's a lot of dissociating from the body, which we don't want to do, especially right now. So, yeah, earthing. Lick the soil of Mother Earth. Lick her skin. Anyway, this intro is too long, so we're going to only have 3 groups today. I'm going to be using this new deck I got. I bought it because I've always wanted it, and now I have it, and I'm obsessed. We're going to use the Gaian Tarot today, and yeah, as always, I'm only going to pull 1 card each, because I feel like that. If you want as well, actually I'll not mention that now. I'll put a post up about it somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Choose a number between 1, 2, and 3, and the description box will show you your time stamp, and you can go straight to your group. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your energy check-in. If you haven't seen the intro, the collective update, I basically just talked about Mercury retrograde, and I talked a little bit about relationship stuff as well, and friendships as well. Just a lot of things are changing, because it's, Mercury has to do with communication and technology as well. People are starting to try and question things about certain sciences and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I feel like in your work life, okay, I'm not sure exactly what it is about this energy, but I feel that you either already did leave your job, or you were about to leave your job and you felt like you couldn't. Okay, that is what I'm picking up for you, group number 1. It's almost as if that you, and I actually don't think it would be, if you're trying to get into a new job or a new career, I don't think it's the right time. So just bear that in mind again, because they always say Mercury retrograde is not a good time to sign contracts and things like that. So that could be it, and maybe that's why the collective energy of this group is like, don't rush into things. Just like it's not the right time to make big changes until this Mercury retrograde is kind of over, maybe. And yeah, Mercury retrograde is in Taurus in Skystrology. So, well, it will be going in the next couple of days, I think. So a lot of that has to do with, like, this feeling of moving towards more luxurious lifestyle or whatever, and now you're starting to feel very much tested again, because it's just this moment of fuck, okay? And I think that your mind was feeling like you were almost at a point where you were ready to just go, ugh, like that, okay? But you've held it together, except I feel like you need to really come out with it, okay? You need to come out with whatever it is that you have to say. You need to just finally push yourself to say what you know that is going to be quite hard and difficult to say. Because I feel like what you are passionate about, either your boss, your husband, your partner, your father, it's a masculine energy. It's a masculine energy that has a lot to do with this Mercury retrograde problem. I see. And I see that they are going to be the one that pops your bubble and kind of like you just spill the beans. Okay. And honestly, I'm just looking here because of how I'm feeling about what I just was picking up there. Honestly, I think that this has a lot to do with you stepping into who you truly are and what is unique about you, okay? And I think that's why you're getting certain tests for you to go through the shadow period and the shadow work of telling yourself that you are not worthy or not capable or not, whatever that not is, not insert whatever you think about yourself that's not so good. That is what's happening. Because you need to now re-evaluate and reword and reimagine what it is that you want to do going forward, okay? Because when this Mercury retrograde is kind of over, you'll be pushed to a point where then you are ready to move on, okay? Then you're ready to just get on with what it is that you want to do, okay? That's what I pick it up. Although, emotionally, I think everything is going to be very, very good for you. I feel like you are finally starting to feel that unique inner child being expressed again in a way that I think is going to be very helpful. And I think as well, this is for people who have struggles with the throat chakra. I think that that is something to also pay attention to. Is you need to speak out now this week and the weeks coming. Okay, can we get a message for group number 1? We have the Guardian of Earth. So we have the Guardian of Earth. I'll put a little picture here. What I feel from this is, I said in the intro as well to get out into nature, and I feel that because of certain people who are lying to you, certain people who are in power or in charge or seem to have some sort of a control over you, going into Earth and connecting with the Earth, because we have the Guardian of the Earth, which I feel is more to do with taking things slow at the minute. Exactly what I felt with, like, you know, if you're planning on moving or career or whatever, it's like the Guardian of the Earth is basically here to make you slow down a little bit and understand that growth takes time. Things just don't happen like that, okay? Things just don't grow quickly. For everything to grow exactly the way it's supposed to, the natural way, okay? The farmer knows the times of the year, okay? Especially that Virgo energy. That time of the year, they know the times of the year that is good to do whatever the hell they gotta do on the earth, on the soil and whatever. And I know there's a negative side to farming and stuff, and they're not doing everything correct, but they intuitively, when you look at farmers, they have this sense of a knowing, even though there is a corruption with how they do things. I don't know why I'm talking about farming now, but basically what I mean here is the message that my higher self is telling me is, what is he doing? I don't exactly know what that is. I think he's actually pulling off. I don't know what that is, but it's some kind of. If anyone knows, if you can see the card, that's corn. I'm pretty sure that's corn. But he's like pulling off some kind of weird thing. It's like I don't know what that is. But the horse in the background is sort of giving me this feeling of a race against time. I don't know. It's just because I think when I think on a horse, I think fast. I think everything moving fast. But the horse is kind of like patiently like waiting for the farmer to come back or whatever, and or it just feels like you're racing against something that you can't control, and yeah, that's just basically what I'm picking up. I want to read the book because I like this book. It's really cool. It's like a textbook, like something you would see at school. But I actually really like it, so I just want to read to see what it says about this. Even though I know this is, I'm pretty sure the Guardian of Earth is the Knight of Pentacles. We'll see. Yeah, it is, because there's the Child, the Guardian. No, wait, there's the, oh, I don't know. I'll know now in a second. We have the Child. Okay, the Explorer is the Knight. Okay, so this is the Queen. Then the Queen. It doesn't really matter because this is a different book. So, well, I'm resonating more with the Guardian energy. I'll just read the little bit that it says. The Guardian of Earth creates financial security and good health for himself and his family. He is a good steward of Gaia's resources. He builds wealth not only for personal satisfaction and comfort, but also for good work it can do in the world. This is a powerful person who can be depended on to provide a meal, a job, caretaking, or financial support. The tangible is much more appealing to him than the abstract. There is a great benefit in being intimately aligned with the earth. That is another thing that I'm feeling is collectively there is this abstract shit going on, okay, and it's very like whoo. So we really need to ground in to the earth to be able to pull the parts that you need and leave the rest, okay, including this reading. Pull in the parts that you need. That is why sometimes people watch readings and things, and they pick the part that's making them nervous or anxious instead of looking at the good things. Whenever I don't really watch readings anymore, to be honest, but if I watch a reading, I watch them for fun, I watch them for enjoyment, and I watch them for clarity on things that I already know. So that's what I advise everyone here. So if you are hearing certain things and you're picking up the anxious things, the Guardian of Earth is there to help you understand and understand what truly matters and what is to be used in a stable way. Okay, so it's something that's going to help you moving forward. But again, this, like I said in the intro, there is this period of time where we're going through a slowing of the awakening period, or whatever we want. There's like a slowing down of that so that we can integrate what happened and what is still currently happening with certain medicine and stuff, okay, and health stuff. So the Guardian of the Earth is kind of telling me as well that you are in tune and you are fully aware that your body is a miracle, that it can do all of these things and it can cure itself and you can cure it yourself through natural things like earthing, breath work, meditation, eating healthy, these simple things that Gaia gave us. So worrying about things that are all up in the mind is what the collective is doing. If you don't want to be in that collective, and you want to take it down here into your heart space, do that, and you'll understand what's going on when you look externally, and you'll be like, haha, that's okay. Let them do that. See you later. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this group number 1. Leave a comment down below if you did, and I will talk to you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your energy check-in. I am going to be using the Gaia Tarot today. And I spoke in the intro a little bit about Mercury retrograde and how that's affecting things. It's affecting relationships, and to be honest, the first thing that I'm hearing already is stuff is going to be resurfaced, okay, that you need to understand. You need to hold space for them, okay? And yourself. That's the first thing I'm going to say. There's something about you and your confidence with your feminine energy, okay? That is going to be a little bit hard for people to understand. People are going to, some people are going to really like what you're doing and like everything that you're presenting externally as well. How you're looking really well. Let's just say that. That's the energy I'm picking up. You're looking after yourself in a new way this week, and I also feel that there is some sort of insecurity coming up and being expressed through people in your close proximity. Mainly the masculine. So the masculine is getting triggered because of the healing that you've done, okay? And they might start to express this fear of losing something financial or something that they hold on to, their legacy, okay? What they are proud of, the things that make them feel secure are going to be, they're going to doubt that a little bit, and you're going to have to kind of like be okay with it, and you also are going to have to kind of be understanding that this had to come back up because it wasn't resolved in the first place, is what I'm picking up, okay? There is going to be this sadness or this feeling of loss, though, is going to be very much different this time. Maybe it has to do with, sorry, I'm looking at the calendar. Yeah, I feel like whatever is coming up again, it's going to be different to what it used to be before, because there's I'm looking at Pluto, because Pluto is retrograde, and okay, I'm hearing different things. It just feels like the foundation that you were working with was working quite well, and now it's been flipped upside down, and it's also being looked at in a completely different way. Because now there's more questions, and there is also questions that are going to be projected onto you about who and what you are, okay? And you're going to feel kind of discomfort from that, and you're going to feel almost a little bit sometimes like, why are people saying these things? But you're also going to be very much able to figure out how this is it's more than just about you. It's working with what's happening with people and figuring out what that projection is and why is it happening. Because at the minute it feels like you're quite grounded and you're quite connected to your truth. Whatever your truth is, it's triggering people because maybe they just don't really see it the same way as you, and that's okay because they're triggered. So, yeah, the only thing that I can say is to just try and not say too much. Okay, sorry, I did not expect that. I just was like, because I'm hearing what my higher self was saying, and I don't even know what I just said, but I know that I didn't expect that to come out. Why? Okay, because you don't see this from other people's perspective, but they are they're revealing, things are being revealed to them that are pointing them in the direction that is you. And you are that kind of light for them that also is a little bit hard for them to deal with. Because they want to be like you, but they don't know how to do it, and they don't want to do it right now. Or they're not ready for it. So we have Child of Earth. I'll post. I'll take a show a picture here. We have the little rabbit and we have the apple. The way I feel about this is that natural I don't know what it is. It has a lot to do with the way that you just naturally do things is going to be, so like how you're so like cautious about the certain products that you use, and how you're quite fussy with how you look after your children or whatever, or your diet is quite minimal, and it's quite everything about this, because the Child of Earth is holding an apple and he's seeing the magic in the apple, and he's curious about it, and he's so connected to it because he's young and he understands the magic of everything around him. And what this is telling me is that innocence within you, the inner child within you, knows that everything must be quite simple and connected with nature. So that's like your beauty products, and you might also, if you don't feel that now, this is where you're being pushed into this place of, okay, I need to use products that are good to the earth, or you've already been doing that, or you need to do things that are more helpful and healthful. I don't know if healthful is a word. For your children, or whoever it is that this is, because in the times that we're in, it's hard to trust anything anymore. There's so many brands, there's so many things being exposed, that it's just easier to go back to the easy, simple products, like, you know, an apple a day to keep the doctor away. Things like that. Just simplifying your life is what I feel is a little bit triggering to people. So, you know, saying I don't eat that because it does X, Y, and Z, and that person being like, no, it doesn't. Who told you that? Da, 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 da. And also, everyone is their own nutritionist. Everyone believes they're a nutritionist because this person said this person, blah, 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 blah. We're all different, okay? It's not about what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. It's what you intuitively want to eat. That's what the Child of Earth is. The Child of Earth will go to the apple tree that it wants to go to. It will eat the strawberry if it likes the strawberry. Okay? when our parents are trying to force all of these things on us, and we're like, I don't want it. It's because we don't want it. So, we're told you have to eat this many nutrients a day and blah, 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 blah. Just eat what you want to eat. But as long as it's organic, like it's an actual food, okay? Because there's a lot of things now that aren't food. So, I think that's the easiest way to understand how to eat. Eat what you want to eat as long as it's a food. Okay, I want to read from the book for that card. Just a little message. To see what else we get. Child of Earth. Pretty sure. So the child will obviously be the Page of Pentacles. So, let's just go to the... It did come up reversed though, so let's just see the shadow behind this. So it says, someone may be too attached to the possessions and might be valuing others by how much they earn. They may have an unhealthy lifestyle and resistant to change. He or she may prefer to stay indoors and let the natural world pass him or her by. It's time to start fresh and begin a new relationship with the material world. So that's kind of like what I said. Some of you may have already started this, and some of you may already be doing it, and you're getting a projection on you for your choices in life. Okay? But it's time to think about things differently. Especially how you're spending your money on things that do not serve you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this group number 2. Leave a comment down below if you did, or if you didn't want to message or leave a message because you were triggered, that's okay too. I felt like this was a little, I don't know, there's a lot of energy at the minute, so just let's plow through this together. Okay, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Goodbye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your energy check-in. For today, we're going to be using the Gaian Tarot. We're going to be using this deck. It's a new deck. I just got it like the other day. I've always wanted it. I love it. And I can't wait to use it today. As always, I'm just going to collectively tap in and just feel what I am feeling for this group. So, also I spoke about Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I'm going to probably end up talking about stuff to do with that as well here. Yeah, because it's not that, actually, it's not that complicated for this group, I don't feel. It's actually quite minimal. There's not much that you need reassuring on or anything, apart from the fresh start. Let's talk about that. So I don't know if you've been offered a new job, or you've been offered a new salary, or something that has been offered to you, and now you don't know if you want to take it or not because you're not sure if it'll actually make you happy. That could be to do with the Mercury retrograde, and it also said this already before, but Mercury retrograde, they always say don't sign contracts. Take that with a pinch of salt. Like if you know you're going to take a job and you have to sign a contract, do it. But just if you're not sure, this is the energy. If you're not sure, and mainly if you're feeling like it's whatever this offer is not helping you in your growth or whatever that may be, or you feel that it's actually going to dim your light and it's actually going to keep you back from awakening or whatever, or your spiritual growth, or what, it's more about your spiritual growth and your enlightening your journey. Whatever this offer is, it feels like it's trying to pull you back in to a system that you're not fully sure if you want to do it. Okay, I honestly think that at the end of the day, you know what's right for you, okay? And I believe that if you don't feel, so I'm just going to say what I see. If it feels to you that you're doing it for, you know, to pay the bills or to keep everyone else happy or to kind of keep things, it depends, because you've got two options. If you want that, then that's what you should go for. If you don't mind for right now, don't worry, like the world's not going anywhere. Okay, so just do what you want to do, and stop worrying about an awakening, or if you're falling back into old habits and blah blah blah. Falling back into old habits is sometimes necessary, and you always want to believe that you're fully out of something or you've learned your lesson with something. But when these offers of things coming back in, and you're not really sure what you should do, you probably just go with what's being presented to you. As long as it's not harming anyone and it's not harming you, there's probably a lesson in it anyway. So that's just what I'm feeling with this. But on the other hand, the main thing that I'm seeing here is it's not the thing that you're emotionally passionate about. It's not the thing that makes you excited. It's not the thing that gives you energy, this offer. So that is the only thing that I'm seeing that wouldn't really help you, is, you know, it'll sort out, you can't have it all. You really can't. You can either have a new beginning on this side, right, which is going to help you with your finances. It's going to help you with getting yourself together. Okay, so if you've been very off, or if you've been kind of all over the place, maybe you need this offer to kind of balance you back out on an earthly level, okay? Not a 5D level or whatever. On an earthly level, kind of just grounding it all in so that you understand where you're moving towards, okay? And then, on the other hand, I'm seeing for people is, well, if you don't really care about finances and you don't really care about a job or blah, 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 but you know you're safe and you know that you're secure, it's not that you don't care, it's just you're not attached to it, let's say, then maybe that's why you're feeling this confusion of, what am I doing? Because something is wanting to come in. So when you're confused, and it might last throughout this whole Mercury retrograde period, but what's happening on the other side is I'm feeling that the thing that you're passionate about is going to present itself then. So you have this period of, I don't know what to do, what should I do, oh, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm just going to do the thing I love, duh, and then you're on your, that's what I feel. So, I hope that helped. Because there's also this feeling of, I don't know how to say things, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not that intelligent on that topic, or I'm not that good at public speaking, or I'm not that good at presenting myself in a way that I want to present myself. You're not supposed to be like someone else. You're supposed to be you. Okay? So if there's comparing yourself to others, remember that others are going through shit too. And we're all going through shit. So don't ever compare yourself to anybody else, because it doesn't work. Never does. You can't compare yourself to others if you're feeling like you're in a good place. You can, not that you have to judge people, but you can compare. Okay, well that person's like that, and I don't want to be like that because I like the way I am. That's a good, healthy way to compare yourself. Okay, like you can have a judgment. Judgment is good, actually. Judgment is good as long as it's healthy. Okay, it's not bitter, or you're not bitching. It's like you're just judging to yourself with your higher self, and then you're like, that's healthy, okay? So you're going to have a lot of that this next while, where you're going to actually realize that people who they say they are not exactly who they say they are, And then you're going to realize, well, I'm actually better than them, and I actually know more than them. And this is a little thing that I feel like is coming your way. Group number 3 is you're kind of really understanding. So we have the tree, which I'm pretty sure that's the Hanged Man. So this as well for me feels like, because it's a tree, she's hanging from a tree, but the tree, is that water or the sky? I'm confused. It's the water. Well, sorry, it's giving me anxiety because it's kind of scary looking. The way I'm feeling about what this has to do with, in regards to what I was saying, is you're just having a completely different perspective, and you're having that time that I told you about to really sit and be at one with yourself and understand what you're looking at exactly. Like, what are your options here? And seeing which option you really truly want. Because now that your perspective has been flipped, and this perspective actually feels like a better choice for you, you just have to kind of work with it day by day and enjoy this moments and days of peace within yourself. For you, it's really good that you're able to know and choose what actually does make you happy, because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't take the tree, okay, they don't take the wisdom that the tree holds. They don't see the world the way that you see it sometimes. And you know that there's something more to everything. You know that God exists. You know that we're all connected to it all. But you don't share the same perspective with everyone. No one does have the same perspective. It's just the way it is. So honoring and understanding that you are your greatest gift is what I feel like is needed here. I want to read from the book just to see what it's got. Those little airplane. I feel like if you want to travel as well, that might be the perspective that I'm feeling. I feel like, yeah, if you want to travel and you're wanting to, maybe you have to wait for a while because travel isn't actually the way you want it to be. It's not the way I want it to be anyway. I just can't be bothered with all that bullshit. I want to travel, but I just can't be bothered with it. But anyway, with the tree, it's like you're being wise and you're being patient with actions that you want to take. So if it's to do with travel or if it's to do with movement, you're like, I will patiently wait here until things change for the better. Instead of getting yourself into something new or starting and going and doing something new because you're impatient, you are waiting for the right moment to move. This is number 12. 12. Oh, there's like, cool. For the major arcana, there's like loads. So the themes: deepen your understanding of the tree. Surrender, let go of control. Release, find a new perspective. Suspension, sacrifice, reversal. Oh. I'm just I'm looking. I didn't actually get to look properly. There's loads in this book. This is so cool. Like the fluffy white clouds, positive thinking, thoughts, blah 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 blah. Okay. Here's some journal questions for you, group number 3. You could write, how can I let go? What do I need to surrender? How can I look at the present situation from a different perspective? What is holding me up? What is hanging me up? What can I change? What or who can I not change? And the affirmation is, I find serenity in surrendering to the great mystery. There's a whole lot in this actually, and I just don't think, I think I've pretty much answered most of this. I'll just read this little tiny bit. This time of being suspended clears a space so that you can experience how the great mystery acts for your highest good. By not forcing things, but waiting, you may receive gifts of enlightenment and experience divine unconditional love. That's the bit that I wanted to say, is you're going to feel the unconditional love from God. Not from people around you, but from God. You're going to feel it because you're going to see it all around you. And by seeing it, I mean seeing things that is unseen. Seeing things that people can't comprehend. That's your gift that you're experiencing, and you're moving towards that even further. And this is something that cannot be explained to those who aren't at that level of consciousness that you're at, okay? It's exactly what I said about, like, you can see what will make you happy and what will not. Okay? That's a psychic ability. Being able to see and know that this won't bring you joy is a gift. You might think, well, obviously, I know I don't like that. But you see, not many people are like that. Most people are doing things because they think they're going to keep other people happy by doing it. Because that's the illusion that they hold, is I got to do this or be that. I got to do this or be this way because that'll keep these people happy. And they think that will make them happy. Okay? It's like how people think being rich and famous is going to make them happy. It's a perspective that is in the collective society version. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a little comment down below, and I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.